Sleep is an essential component of physical and emotional well being, and lack or disruption of sleep due to insomnia is a highly prevalent problem. The interest in complementary and alternative medicines for treating or preventing insomnia has increased recently. Centuries old herbal treatments and popular for their safety and effectiveness include, but not limited to, some of my favorites here, people: valerian, passion flower, lemon balm, lavender, and California poppy. These herbal medicines have been shown to reduce sleep latency and increase subjective and objective measures of sleep quality. Research into their molecular components revealed that their sedative and sleep promoting properties rely on interactions with various neurotransmitter systems in the brain, such as GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter that plays a role in controlling different vigilance states. GABA receptors are the targets of many pharmacological treatments for insomnia, such as benzodiazepines. Here, we perform a systematic analysis of studies assessing the mechanisms of actions and herbal medicines of different subtypes of GABA receptors, and blah, 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 blah. So, we're going to be talking about a bunch of cool herbs today in relation to not just insomnia, but issues with sleep and how we can kind of justify when to do different herbal remedies, how to fit that per scenario there. And obviously, my standpoint comes from getting labs as our basis for everything, but super cool stuff here. So let's get into what GABA is a little bit more. GABA, big long word, is the most common inhibitory neurotransmitter in your central nervous system. GABA lessens the ability of a nerve cell to receive, create, or send chemical messengers to other nerve cells. GABA is known for producing a very calming effect. It's thought to play a major role in controlling anxiety, stress, and fear. Decreased GABA levels are associated with several neurological and mental health conditions, as well as other medical conditions. Increasing GABA levels may help treat high blood pressure, diabetes, and insomnia. Because of the abundance of GABA in your brain, the GABA receptor is a major target of drug development and pharmaceutical manufacturers. The effectiveness of GABA supplements and GABA-containing foods, which we'll get into, to prevent and treat medical conditions needs to be studied in a larger population of people before purchasing supplements, yada, yada, yada. Talk to your health provider. Hello, let that be me. So, good stuff. So now, why is this important, and how is GABA connected to different conditions here? So, what medical conditions are associated with changes in the levels of GABA? So, anxiety and mood disorders, schizophrenia, autism spectrum disorders, depression, epilepsy, seizures, and then others, hepatic encephalopathy, Huntington's disease, dystonia, and spasticity, and then hypersomnia, which a couple of people have actually reached out to me about, which is pretty much when you're having that sleep pattern that's totally flipped around and now you start sleeping a bunch during the day. So that is more common than you think. But actually, let me make sure that we get our live chats open here before we get too deep into it, because then I can't see you guys talking to me. So, all right, I'll have those open. But either way, we left off right there. So that's kind of how it's involved with different things. So here we go. Does increasing GABA levels provide any health benefits? Researchers are still studying the effects of increased levels of GABA. Although the evidence isn't clear, GABA is being looked at to help prevent health conditions including high blood pressure, insomnia, and diabetes. So pretty darn cool there. And some of the health benefits of GABA: reducing stress, reducing anxiety, and improving sleep. Please tell me if you know somebody that doesn't have an issue with one or all of these things. So I'll sit here and wait, because almost every single person that I talk to nowadays is having issues with these things. So we got to do something about it. And that's why we do these health challenges every couple months. I think every 2 months we do another health challenge. So January will be the next one after the holidays, the no sugar challenge, which is a challenge. It's not easy to do. So is the sleep challenge. But throughout the month of October, we're going to be heavily getting into a lot of these things too. So